Ottawa to permanently eliminate student loan interest.
Here's a summary of the article.
Adina Ali. The Canadian Press published Thursday, November 3, 2022, 4:25 p.m. EDT. Last updated Thursday, November 3, 2022, 4:50 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Ottawa plans to make permanent its pandemic-era pause on student loan interest in an effort to reduce some of the current financial pressures on young Canadians as the cost of living rises. As part of its fall fiscal update tabled Thursday, the federal government outlined plans to permanently eliminate interest on all federal student loans and apprentice loans, including loans currently being repaid. More than 1.8 million Canadian students owe the federal government a total of $20.5 billion, based on 2019 data from the Government of Canada website, with the average loan balance at about $13,367 at the time of leaving school. The Liberal government suspended the accumulation of interest on student loans in 2021 due to the effects of the pandemic on graduating students as they entered a unique job market. An average student loan borrower will save $410 per year as a result of their loan being interest-free, the government said in the fiscal update. The permanent elimination of interest on federal student loans was a Liberal campaign promise during the last federal election. Ottawa said graduating students will still be able to use its repayment assistance plan, allowing them to pause student loan repayment until they are making at least $40,000 per year, and reducing payments for those earning slightly above that amount.
This post received a score of 25,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Context. In Canada, government student loans are comprised of provincial and federal portions. When COVID hit, the federal government suspended student loan interest on the federal portion of the student loan. Now, a bill is before the House that, if passed, will eliminate the interest charged, for good.
New Zealand has this with the caveat it only applies if you stay in the country. Encouraged to stay here after getting qualified, I guess.
Which I think is a really smart way to do it. So long as the interest rate isn't punitive. You want people to get educated, then stay in the country and contribute to the economy.
I think that's a great compromise. Young people pursuing their dreams shouldn't be hit with 6.8 or 8.5 interest rates.
I agree, but I also think the amount of debt being taken is also a huge issue. It's one thing to pay 8.5% on your debt, but it's another to have to take $100 to $200K in debt to get an education. I have always felt like federal and private lending need to be capped. Universities cannot be allowed to charge whatever they want, knowing that the loans will be given to support the astronomical rise in tuition. Cap the lending allowance and the universities will fall in place very quickly, knowing there aren't taxpayer-backed loans or private loans that follow past death ensuring their collection.
Are people really taking on $200K of student debt in Canada? Maybe med school students, but I don't think very many others.
Even then depends of the province, I think. In Quebec it's 1.5 to 2K per semester, for example.
We have interest-free student loans in New Zealand. The only condition is that you stay resident in NZ, otherwise you start paying interest. There are minimum repayments, automatically taken alongside tax.
It's a great system. Incentive to stay after you study, but if you want to go overseas to make big money you can, but you have to pay. I mean a support-free education, but it's good enough.
Student loans should have never had interest. Educated people are better for the economy. Not for the wealthy, but for the economy.
This is great. It encourages a smarter workforce, which benefits everyone. Plus, people should be able to attempt new careers without bankrupting themselves. Even if you need to charge interest for student loans, it should be something minimal like 1%. You'll have fewer defaults as folks will be more inclined to make payments when there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
In Australia, we have loans that only increase with the rate of inflation and don't have to be paid until you earn a set amount per year.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.